foolish to come against me. Now you will feel
Pain! Pain! Pain!
I don't want to talk about it.
What is up, my fellow attackers and defenders? This is your boy Raffinus coming at you with another how-to video. This time, I have to talk. There's a lot to say about Monty. A lot of people these past seasons, I've encountered a lot of Monty users and never use them fully to his full potential, I should say. And it's as a Monty's main myself, I feel like I gotta say something. It's not difficult to try to be a Monty, but at the same time, depending who you're playing with, it can get very, very messy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna talk about Monty. I'm gonna explain his gadgets a little bit. Obviously, he carries a giant shield, but it's more of the stuff and the changes that happened to him the past couple of years since they released him on the official roster. Since day one. Hashtag where's my Monty Elite skin, Ubisoft? Come on, guys. You guys are liking. Twitch. Twitch. Rook. Doc got theirs. Where's my boy Monty? You're slacking right now. Anyways, I'm going to discuss on what it means to be a Monty main, and my hopefully that my tips and tricks will help you out. But let me roll my intro. We'll talk more about that after. Woo! Man, did you see that? Nah, we're going to replay this real quick. You don't understand. This was back in my prime. Like I said, that I was a Monty main. Look at this. I ran in there like a savage. Doc. Block. Block. He's trying to knife me. No. Too bad. So sad. Move out of my way. Oh, get back in there. Oh, man, dude. This was the prime. This was the tactic. This was my job as a Monty main, was to cause major distractions for my team to go and win. With Monty's loadout solidified, or at least I think there's no longer going to be any changes to him. He has a hard breach and a smoke grenade. I personally prefer the smoke grenade, and 2 weapons besides the shield, obviously, the P9 and the LFP586, some kind of numbers. Out of the 2, I prefer the Magnum, or as I like to call it, the Sit Downer 5000. Sit down. Sit down. Oh, Doc, please, don't get up. Stay. Oh, Val, no, don't do it. Baby girl, sleep. Since the dawn of time, since the initial release of Siege, Monty's always been there. One of the originators. On top. Then they nerfed him. They slowed down his ADS times. It feels like it drags. It's not that much of a difference, but it's definitely enough to change the gameplay. And it definitely changed the way how I play as Monty during ranked games, because it made me feel that I couldn't be as aggressive that I wanted to be. But you eventually get used to it. I hope things change back, but hey, I can't ask for so much, but I still love Monty. But that's basically one of the biggest nerves that you gotta know, is that they slow down his ADS. If you're new to him, you're not gonna feel it, but before, whew, man, I used to catch people slipping real bad. At first, I highly recommend just using Monty as recon. Get into the habit of start making callouts religiously. I want you to tell your teammates where they're at, who is behind the door frame. If somebody's on the opposite wall, shoot at you. Somebody's in front of you, you can shoot through the wall. Shoot at me. Try to shoot at me. Get the kill. Make them panic. Use the information that you can give to your teammates as basically the winning info, so that way you guys can secure the win. And one of the biggest things that people refuse to do, so they think just being Monty you're completely bulletproof, and it's not. It's kind of difficult because along the way you start learning that you want to be aggressive. Instead of just standing there, you want to drop your shield, you want to melee, you want to shoot. With the nerf in now, it's a little risky. You might want to have a buddy with you. Definitely recommend it for your first couple of games, or if not, your new path of being a Monty main. Is to definitely get in a habit of just making solid callouts for your teammates. Like I said, the more information, the more details that you can give, the better for your teammates. And if they have map knowledge, trust me, it's a winning tide that's gonna happen, and you can't play foolishly with Monty because you're literally a giant drone and you're bulletproof. But like I said, along the way, you will learn to be aggressive, and it's something that you will have to get in a habit because it's going to be a do or die. Just like right here, I'm bullying Mozzie so he can't defuse, but I'm like, oh, I'm going to take my shield down, and he's going to try to shoot me. It's not happening, Mozzie. And please, for the love of the Chanka, if you're new to using Monty, do not put yourself in a corner. I repeat, do not. No corner. Get yourself out of there. Unless you're willing to accept the fact that you're going to go against a 2v1 and you can get yourself out of there. Trust me, you're going to end up like this guy, and you're only going to panic. That's the only thing you're going to do. Your flight or fight response, gone, out the window. You're going to die. Unless you're me, obviously, can get myself out of there. What? You don't believe me? You guys got me all types of fucked up, thinking that I can't prove back up what I'm saying. You think this you think this is a joke? You think this is a motherfucking joke? Look at you, alibi. Get your ass over here. We're dancing. What's going on? Come on, get. Oh, C4. Back a little bit. I gotta try to protect all my life. Hey, he could have had me. That's one of the biggest things, that the shield hitbox is small. Boof. 1. Don't let them get the chance to put you in the corner. Boof. 2. Boof. 3. That's it. Don't put yourself in the corner. Don't wait for them. The only time you ever want to sit yourself in the corner, he left. The only ever time that you want to sit yourself in the corner is like this. Funnel them to bring them to you. Boof. Oh my God. You guys don't understand. Look at this. I'm like, I'm dazed. Oh, echo drone. Oh no. This is horrible. My teammate down like a bitch. It's up to me. Gotta protect. Look at this. Back myself in the corner. Oh, they're coming to me. They think they can handle me. Nope. Gone. Oh. One of the things you really want to be careful is when they drop. When you collapse your shield, they will go for your feet. So if you try to swing, you're exposing your feet, and they will get you. So be very careful what you do and what you plan. Just a quick recap before we go into the con section about being a Monty main. His greatest asset is that the fact that he can eat multiple explosives from impacts, C4s, and even Capcan traps. Your best approach, if you can't shoot it, if somebody's watching you, but you want to push them, is look at the Capcan trap while walking through the doorway, so that way you can eat it like regular splash damage instead of taking the full effect to the sides where you're completely vulnerable. So definitely take that in consideration for Capcan traps, because everything else can push your shield out of the way if it's collapsed, such as like Ellis Griswold mines and such. But definitely you want to pay attention to any kind of explosives, because like I said, you can eat them. So there's really 2 operators that you gotta fear as a shield operator. You got Aruni with their Fister 5000. And Team Rainbow's very own Kool-Aid Man. Here are some honorable mentions of defending operators that can also move Monty shield. Ella's Griswold mines, Echo's yokai drones, and poison gas smoke.
I fear no man, but that thing, it scares me.
Aruni with her Jaw Destroyer 10,000 can punch the shit out of Monty's shield, and it will move out of the way if it's collapsed. If it's fully extended, it'll move a little bit. Partial exposure to his right foot, if I remember correctly. Nothing too crazy, but if she has company, definitely something that will definitely take you down. But if you get to push them back and they start to separate, definitely try to keep Aruni in mind, because if she catches you slipping with your shield collapse, she will punish you, just like this guy, just like how I did this guy right here. One of the best ways to handle a Rooney is to keep the shield up, don't collapse as much so she doesn't knock out of the way, because if that happens, you're basically exposing yourself to her and her teammates, and you're basically going to end up like that guy in the previous video. But basically, to show you how it feels like or looks like, this is basically what happens when she knocks your shield out of the way when it's collapsed.
Oh no! Oh my god!
The audacity of this woman, the terrifying, the horrifying. Yes, I know. And it's I'm not going to say it's difficult to try to counter against this. It's something that you have to get in the habit of doing, because when the shield is pushed out of your way, it's not rendered useless. The game still registers that it's still there, that it's still in your hands, and that's obviously still going to work. It's not like you can shoot through it if you come at its side. If you bring the shield up in front of the operator, they can still shoot the shield, still blocking it, still giving you a chance to try to survive any kind of encounter, or if not, if it's just her by herself. It's something that you definitely have to get used to doing, but trust me, it's definitely a possibility to save your life. Take some damage and just push her back, but definitely try to keep the shield up as much as you can, because if not, you're going to end up like this.
For last stop standing.
No! Oh no! Oh yeah!
I don't really have that many game clips of Oryx in action. I don't really main him. I usually just troll around with him just to knock people over. But he's not that difficult to tackle.
I don't want to talk about it.
I'm so sorry that I had to put you guys through that. It was a perfect time. Look, Oryx tackles, puts the man down. You really want to try to strategize in the beginning of the drone phase. If you guys do drone him out, definitely bring a buddy with you so that way you can try to take care of him. If you spot him, tell your teammate every kind of information. Oryx is looking through a window. He's around the corner. He's through the door. He's looking on the left side of the door frame, laying down, whatever. Tell him every information. Get rid of this dude as soon as possible. He carries 3 of these dashes in one set, and he has a cooldown for an infinite amount. So even though if he's not a good shot, he can still take a lot of your health out. You really want to avoid that. Depending on the person that Oryx plays, he can either try to bait and lure you in for a flank, or if not, just take care of you by himself. And that's definitely something you want to get the experience of, to try to avoid this situation, because that's going to happen. And like I said, I don't really have much gameplay for Oryx. He's pretty simple to understand and expect. He runs at you, knocks you down. In this clip, he runs right at me, but I meleeed at the same time. The melee is still registered, but he still knocked me back. And in this one, I basically gave him the Matador treatment, where I gave him the cape. He ran to my left, past me, I swiped him, and I just basically meleeed him from behind, making him look like a fool. One of the biggest tips that I could offer you is do not suffer from a Superman complex. What I mean by that is, do not think that you're invincible. I don't want you to go in there thinking that you can get away with anything just because you have the shield in front of you. If you get caught slacking, you're basically going to get punished for it. I'd rather you play smart about it and make callouts than having to just try to frag out. The gameplay is so much different and so much slower. You want to approach it carefully as possible, because I don't care what anybody says, having a Monty on the field is probably one of the more threatening presence, because depending on how the Monty plays is a deciding factor for the whole entire game and in a round. And if you're trying to bring back a win, you can do it if you play smart. That pretty much wraps up for Monty. Throughout the years, since day one, he's never really suffered much changes, but they were definitely changes that affected his gameplay style. And you can only get so far by yourself. With a proper team, you will figure out your own little routines here. That's how I became a Monty main for my team, but also because I know that they're very capable of accepting the information, and I can expect them to basically play independently, because if they have to break off from me or stay behind me, I'm giving every kind of information for them to not get hurt, or if not killed. Shout out to my team. I love y'all. Thank you so much. But if you found this video very educational, please comment, like, and if it really helped you out along the way, subscribe. I'm going to be coming out with more how-tos after the years that the operators have passed by. Not all of them, but definitely some of my more favorites and people that I see not intending to use the operators how they're supposed to. I'm looking at you, alibi users. But please let me know how I'm doing. And this has been a Raffinus tip. I hope to catch you on the opposite team. You have a good night, everyone. Yo, I forgot that I had this clip in my library. Dude, this is... Oh my fucking god. So basically what ended up happening is this Monty tried to throw a C4 at me, and I meleeed it back to him, and I still survived and he killed himself!